The international population of the Netherlands is a composition of working migrants, refugees, expats and international students. All these people have to, in their own ways, get used to and find their place in their new environment. Different people struggle with different aspects of the integration process.
Hi, I'm Desmina and I'm from Greece.
Hi, I'm Oscar and I'm from Peru.
Hi, my name is John and I'm from China.
Hi, my name is Maroon and I'm from Lebanon.
Hi, I'm Lizzie and I'm from England.
Hi, I'm Aniket and I'm from India.
In the Netherlands, the government wants immigrants that want to obtain the Dutch nationality to prove their successful integration through an exam that they have to pass within the first 3 years after their arrival. During our research, we met CJ, a young entrepreneur from India who opened an Indian store in Amsterdam 8 years ago. He is currently learning for the integration test to be able to apply for Dutch citizenship.
It's all in Dutch.
Here is my help.
I'm gonna help you.
In general, do you feel you need this diploma to show that you're integrated?
No, not really. See, as I said, it's only for a matter of the rules and regulations or the diplomatic thing. Apart from that, I never felt an outsider. So I'm connected to the people, so for me, this is the first step towards integration. That they're able to understand us, they're happy with us, and secondly, we are happy with the system, how it goes. It's like supporting system. So in a way, it's balancing at the moment. So I never felt awkward in any situation, whether it's just because of my religion, my appearance, or anything. I have never been bothered.
So you feel like you're a part of the Dutch society?
Definitely.
What do you do the integration exam for?
It's for getting my permanent residency and my Dutch passport, of course, because that's like one of the rules set by IND that you have to at least appear within the 7 years. You should do the Dutch integration test to get your passport done. Actually, my only concern is that once I get the passport, I'm able to freely move in the in European Union.
Do you think the permit should be depending on the test results? So that, do you think that makes sense that you should make a test in order to get these permits that are really important for you?
No, actually, that thing I do feel that it's a negative stand, because if like you're spending your life here, it shouldn't be dependent on a test. At that point, I'm not like, I don't feel it comfortable. I'll not say I'm against it, because it's a set of rules. They have set it. Maybe they have thought about it, that's why they have set a rule, but I'm not comfortable with that.
Okay, should we look at this test?
Sure.
Did you hear that one?
Like Anna is asking, what would you like to have?
Yes. And she doesn't know if she should ask them in a formal way or in a non-formal way.
Non-formal.
So you have u en jij, and u is formal and jij is non-formal.
Okay.
and then she doesn't know what to say. So the question is, what is the best that she can do in this situation? Anna is her colleague. Are you sure?
Mevrouw Van Dam doet onaardig tegen Zara. Zara schrikt ervan. Zara deed niks verkeerd. Wat kan Zara het beste doen? Een klacht indienen bij de directeur. Boos worden en mevrouw Van Dam geen koffie geven. Rustig blijven en tegen mevrouw Van Dam zeggen: dit vind ik niet leuk.
This lady is being like unpolite to her without any reason because she didn't do anything wrong. So the question is, how could she handle the situation?
This is something which I might not get because it's something in basic.
Mo staat bij een verkeersongeluk. De politie vraagt om zijn rijbewijs. De politie ziet dat het rijbewijs van Mo bijna verlopen is. Wat zal de politie tegen Mo zeggen? Ga naar het gemeentehuis om je rijbewijs te verlengen. Gebruik zo lang het rijbewijs van je vrouw. Geef ons je rijbewijs, dan zorgen we voor een nieuwe.
Would these questions have been useful for you maybe earlier when you came here, or not at all? No.
Not at all. This is I've learned it like probably from practicing, from being in the market.
Do you feel like these questions really help you with your personal life, or do you think they're maybe a bit too standardized?
Honestly, they're like just general knowledge questions.
Yeah.
Like if you know about the system or not.
So you don't necessarily need the test to integrate?
No, not really.
So what was the way you chose to integrate here when you first got here? Like how did you tackle this?
It came in just normally. I never had to do anything. It was not like a forced knowledge because I'm kind of a person who like to explore things, look at things.
Did the shop help you to get into contact with the people around you?
Yes, definitely. To be honest, I got a lot of good clients. They're teachers, they're professionals, they're directors who come into our store. They meet us, they greet us.
Yeah.
We also greet them. But then we interact and exchange knowledge about what they do. So they also look at us because we are always 24/7 here. So they also know us, what we're doing. So we also get a lot of knowledge from them, what should be done, what you should do, how to so if there is a certain kind of a personal problem or illness, how to go about that. So knowing the system, it's basically we're getting a lot of knowledge from them.
You help people with stuff they don't know about cooking,
Yes,
but do they also help you with stuff you might not understand about sometimes
Definitely,
paperwork or?
Definitely puts like as I said, it's a give and take. As something like which is going and coming back. So a lot of information is going to them. A lot of information is coming to us. So things they don't know, we try to educate them. Things we don't know, if they don't know, then we educate them. But
So
things we don't know, it's like interchange.
It's a constant exchange then.
Yeah, it's a constant. Every day it's new. I'll just give you a small example. My wife was still having a lot of problem with her health. She was having constant stomach pain and pain on the internal ribs because of her coughing. One of my clients, he's like a regular client of us who takes food from us. He said, my wife does this for you too. If you want to do it for the next time, it might be helpful to you to get her on a better option. So in that way, we are also helping each other.
You already missed out on 2 customers.
Sorry? Oh yeah, I know. They'll be coming back. Hey, yes. I just got it. Gedroogd of fresh, frozen?
Ik denk gewoon in de vindaloop.
Droog.
Ik denk
Waar is dat?
was het kort bij.
Next to the, yeah.
Oh ja. Where are they?
Just came in today. They are frozen fresh.
En u komt vaker hier?
Ja, niet zo heel vaak, maar Kuiten en zo. Hè.
Waarom
Die
precies?
in de Albert Heijn. Omdat mijn vriend heel erg van India's koken houdt. En dus hier van Amsterdam die thuis in de Albert Heijn.
Do you learn something about the Indian cuisine from CJ?
Yeah, a little bit because we've got ready-made food as well, like we prepare from their chefs. So I've learned making dal, which is an Indian recipe for pulses, cereals.
Would you say you have mostly Dutch or mostly Indian clients?
I have, to be honest, I have 50% Dutch clients. For me, it's like that was my focus on it. That because Indian clients, anyhow, I'm dealing only with the expats who come from India, and my first priority clients were the Dutch because we are in a market where it's a Dutch market, it's a local market. So we need to focus on those clients as well who love Indian food and they would like to cook that. So our focus was, they were our priority, that we should, normally all of the shops like other tokos or something, they will ignore. They will come only once in a while. So for that reason, they may not take good interest in them and they'll only look into their own community. That we know we are Indian shops, so we'll only focus on Indian clients who are coming in there. So they will not bother or prioritize Dutch people. But we, in case, we put it the opposite round. We know that Indian people are going to come in because they know we have Indian stuff. But for us, Dutch clients were really priorities because of the reason being they liked Indian food. They know what the Indian cuisines are, how good or bad the Indian restaurants around here are. So we could, when we interacted with all the clients, we came to know a lot of things. So we tried to fill the gap up.
Nice.
And then when we started the store, we tried to gather a lot of information from them. And slowly and steadily, in 2 years' time, we gradually developed the store according to the Dutch needs first.
Do you feel you have a lot of influence on how Dutch people cook through your shop?
Yes.
And through stuff you have to explain to them?
We really feel happy when we're explaining things. When they ask questions, we are really happy to answer them. And this is what we want. If they are interested, why to stop them from losing interest? In fact, we want their interest to be more stronger. That they, like in England, English people, they love a lot of Indian curries. They're they always have this routine of having 1 or 2 times the Indian curries in the basic Indian basic kitchen. And same, we wanted to also promote like in India, in the Dutch culture as well, so that they're able to put that into their routine as well. They want to cook something different from regular Indonesian or Surinamese food, which is like really a good influence on the Dutch culture. So we wanted to have our own influence as well. Secondly, being India has the widest range of vegetarian cookings. It's like it has a lot of dishes which are vegetarian. And today's day, the trend is changing from being a non-vegetarian to vegetarian. A lot of people are converting from being strictly non-vegetarian to partially vegetarian as well. They're including a lot of vegetables and they're also going healthy. So Indian cuisine is one of the things which caters them a lot. And like from one, let's say from one vegetable, we can cook like 3 or 4 different types of dishes. So that generates interest in the people that how to do that. And then we come into picture that how we explain them. You can do that. You can do this. We have these blends to go with that. So that blend to go to make that. So everything we explain. If somebody has a recipe in his hand, we help him to through the whole recipe, how he has to prepare it. Even if he's not taking a cooking lesson, it's not necessary for us. The clients are more important. Cooking lessons are secondary. If he's willing, he can join. Otherwise, we just go with the flow. We help them in their regular cooking. So they always ask for tips, guidances, and we're always happy to serve them.
Do you consider yourself an expat or an immigrant? Do you want to go back or not?
No. I have no second thought of going back. Since I've established a good business and I'm looking forward to, in fact, growing it. So I don't have any second thought about going back. And secondly, my son is now growing in a Dutch culture, so I would like him to settle down here. Obviously. Look at it. Anji?
Z, that is Z.
Ik vroeg me af of hij CJ u inspireert om Indisch te koken.
Ja.
En op wat voor manier doet hij dat?
Omdat het hier vol met kruiden ligt en authentieke dingen.
En geeft hij goed advies over wat je waarvoor moet gebruiken?
Ja, ook.
Heb je een recept leren koken wat je daarvoor niet kende?
Nee, maar ik heb 6 boeken over India's koken. Maar hij heeft bijna alles. En hij helpt altijd.
En denk je dat is deze winkel goed voor de buurt om zo'n winkel hier te hebben?
Ja, ik vind van wel. Ik heb hem graag. Dus weet je, ik vind het juist leuk als iedereen van, dat vind ik het leuke aan deze buurt. Je gaat gewoon op vakantie hier. Dus.
Our research brings us to India. We wanted to find someone with a similar situation as CJ's to compare their integration processes. Nicolas is a young entrepreneur who walked the other way. He left his home in France to start a business in the food industry in Bangalore. Does his food business also influence his integration in a positive way?
Hey, I'm Nicolas. I came to Bangalore 4 years back and I started the gas food. I came here first for an internship, and then after 6 months I decided to settle here and start gas food French food truck in Bangalore.
Nice. And on what kind of permit are you staying in India now?
So I did get an employment visa. At first, when I came as a student, I got a student visa when I did my internship. Then I got a business visa to register and get the business ready.
And did you ever think of applying for the Indian citizenship to make traveling easier or for other purposes?
No, not at all. No. No, I mean that's something like it never came to my mind, and even anyway, like if I want to, no, I'm cool this way, and I'm not facing any problem having that French nationality, being in India and settling my business.
Do you know if you have to do an integration test if you want to apply for Indian nationality?
I have no idea.
Mm. But you had no troubles integrating without doing like an integration test or...
Integration test is something, but it's too much about like not racism, but pointing out something like, yeah, you are a foreigner, so you should go through an integration test. No, that like for me that doesn't make sense.
Mm-mm.
Because I mean I have the wish to come to that country, so obviously like I want my stay to be also enjoyable and so like be integrated in the society. So that way like I will not fight or make anything that will not allow me to be integrated into that society.
Mm-mm. And what do you think is essential to integrate in India?
Essential is, I would say, like first of all, understand the culture and the tradition. Anyway, otherwise, like if you don't understand a country and how it works, it's not gonna work for you.
So then it helps a lot to connect to the local Indian people, I guess.
Yeah, you have to be open enough to try to understand the society, try to understand how they live inside the country. I guess it's more or less the same than like if an Indian guy would go to Netherlands to settle. Like this guy will not come saying, okay, I'm gonna sell my samosa, I'm gonna sell my rava idli, I'm gonna sell my dosa to that guy, or to the population without knowing what they expect.
How do you live? Do you live in a shared flat or like with flatmates, or do you live alone?
Yeah, I do. I share a flat with two Indian guys. That was really important for me to also get integrated into the society. Is if I live with like a French guy or French people, I will not have the chance to experience the traditional and the most common way of living in India, because I would have my habits as the French guy would have his habits. Yeah, that's why like I always wanted to stay with Indian people, and that's what I've been doing for the last 4 years now.
Did your food truck help you to get in contact with locals?
Obviously local, because I would park my truck at different places at different time of the day. So obviously I was not like going forward meeting expats or white people or whatever. But yeah, I mean, my target can be, it has to be like Indian first, because like this market otherwise would be too small in terms of expat. So yeah, I basically met lots of like local people, as I used to do when I was doing my internship as well.
And how did your food truck help you to integrate?
Like, first of all, it's people coming to the food truck, so people who are like, who are has shown who are showing like a kind of interest because they are coming to my food truck. So that way I will guide them, and I will make them feel it's a completely different experience, because that it is like integrate, you get integrated naturally actually, because you talk to them. But first of all, they come to you because they want to see what's happening. So then you talk to them because you want to explain them what's the concept behind that, and then it comes naturally as human being. You talk and talk, and yeah, you get to know people, and you get to integrate into the society this way.
A few days later, we arrive in India and meet Nicolas in person. As every Tuesday, he sets up his food truck close to the Bagmane Tech Park in Bangalore.
Yeah.
India. 3 words, 1 sentence. Why?
Adventure, wild, and welcoming adventure and wild.
Was difficult to set up a business here?
So basically, there were some hassle, and like there were some obviously like some problem that you would not face, or like, I mean, in terms of administration, it takes more time. That's the thing, like it will take more time. If you like submit one paper, like you know that it will not be treated like the next day, or you'll have to wait. But this, like, I mean, everyone knows, like when you come here, like you need to be patient, and like it's part of the culture, and you know, like it's like this, it's part of the country. So after all, I would not say like it was difficult. It was really difficult. It took some time. You need to know the people, the right people, the right people basically. Because even me, when I came here, I heard a lot about, like in India, it's about a lot of networking. Like networking, you need to talk to each other and like try to understand each other, and because everyone is here for you, like for helping. So like that's why like it took some time, but like when you find the right people doing the right thing, that's perfectly fine. Like you get your things done and you get it faster also.
People appreciate you bringing a little bit of France to India?
Our customer, yeah, definitely they will. But it depends who. Like, I mean, we are bringing something new, something different. So like that's like basically a much appreciated.
People had to get used to it in the beginning, or no?
At the beginning it's difficult because so in India, for example, I don't know if you figure it out, but like they like going through the big players. Like for example, if they see, like at the beginning, if we would have like McDonald's food truck and a Casco food truck, they'll definitely go for McDonald's. Even if we have better fries and cheaper fries, they'll go for McDonald's, because it's about the brand and the recognition.
From
the look and feel here, it looks delicious. This being the first time, we'll give it a try. But we got a good review from the friends. That's why we are here.
What did they say about him?
It's good. Food is good. Yeah. I relocated from US, so I try a lot of Western foods and French. Yeah, of course, yes.
What's your favorite?
I'm a burger guy, so most likely I go with the burgers. But yeah, I'll try this. This is the first time I'm trying, but still, like, let me see, maybe.
And stuff you really had difficulties with here? Because living here, for example, I think it should be difficult.
Yeah.
Alright. Oh no, you're gonna.
It's okay, it's okay. This is an old friend of mine. I just came to meet him there.
What's up?
Sorry, hi, hey. I'm good.
Hi, Sebas.
Hi.
I know. One Garcia and one Dublin.
Alright, you want french fries on site, sir? Pardon? You want french fries, anything on
No,
site?
just a sandwich.
One Garcia, one Dublin.
Listen, you carry on. I'll catch up with you in the evening.
Cool.
Okay. Have fun, guys.
Is a friend of yours?
Yeah. It was my flatmate actually.
You have a lot of Indian friends.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously. Obviously, yeah. I mean, I live in India, so like half of my friends are Indian, I would say. I have also good French friends. Like we are like a group of French people that like we know that we can just rely on each other, and you know, like sometimes we need to have like French talk.
Where do you meet your Indian friends mostly?
Sorry?
Where have you met your Indian friends?
At home, like house party, and you know, like we'll hang out together, like at the same place, and then.
Are there things about Indian culture you think France could learn something from?
There is like a lot to learn from here, yeah, from India, from Bangalore. Maybe. See, in Europe will be more Christian people. Here it's like a mix of Muslim, of Christian, of Hindu people. So like, and we live together without any problem. You know, like people respect like the break on Friday to go to namaz for the people, as like there is also all the festival that are also respected, because like and we have a lot here in India festival like this last, but I guess in Delhi it was the same for you when you went.
I don't know. I didn't. Otherwise, I didn't hear. So I'm sorry for that. You want it to pass? Yeah. Will be 10 to 4.
Are yours?
You were giving something to the police earlier.
Huh?
You went out to give something to the police?
Yeah, but always every weekend it's the same. If I park there, it's fine. If I park here, I have to pay. So, but the problem is that people they don't allow me to park.
Just see what talks about.
How much you pay?
I'll give them 100.
Alright.
30. Dat betekent dat we volgens dienstregeling rijden. Op Den Bosch kunt u overstappen op de sprinter naar Geldermalsen, Utrecht Centraal en Den Haag Centraal. Vertrek van...
Have you ever had a stroopwafel? Have you ever eaten a stroopwafel?
Never.
Oh.
That's very nice. I would rather put some crème de la crème inside, but that's amazing.
Coming home for you.
Authentic India. Hi. Namaste.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, CJ.
Hi, I'm Nicolas. Nice meeting you too. The thing is, like, in India, in Bangalore, on average you pay samosa 20 to 30 rupees.
Yeah.
So you can't really expect to have fresh vegetables in it and it as well.
I don't know right now because it's been like almost 5-6 years I've not been to India.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the price is at the moment because
It's amazing. Yeah. You found. I was surprised with the variety that you have in your store, and you can find food from all over India and proper, like the typical, like you see, like the branding, the packaging, everything. It remains the same.
we that's why we say we are authentic Indian. How is your stuff like? How did you plan it to? But how did you plan it to start with your French?
I came first for an internship actually.
Do you think selling food also helps you to integrate and get familiar with the environment around you in a better way?
Food is the one which is connecting the like different communities together. When you see there like pop-up dinners or lunch hosted around, it's basically to bring the community together, discuss, integrate how things work out. So everything starts with food. So that's the mainstream. It brings everyone together. So that's one of the only things which I see most of the time.
Do you feel sometimes in India that you have to take over a little bit too much of the environment around you? You have to drop your own values or norms because of expectations from society?
No, it depends, but I mean, yeah, it's another environment, so it's like you adapt yourself, and then you don't really stop onto like one idea or something that you would care before, or I mean, you're in another country, so like you go with the flow.
Do you think that there is one good way to integrate?
There are many ways. Actually, it's not one way, but it's an overall integration. It's basically we have to mentally, physically, emotionally. It's like all-round integration. It's not like you just have to mentally stay in the country. Integration is one thing, like how you make other people comfortable with it. Where one person is standing in front of you from a different community, but you make him comfortable that I am like you. As I said, you are all streams, so you just flow into the main river, but you become one. So it's something like when you make the other person comfortable standing in front of you, I don't think there is going to be a second integration coming into it, because you already integrate with them, because you laugh with them, you talk with them, you enjoy food with them. So that's one integration which is all in all naturally developing. It's something we are all streams around, and we just need to get connected. And no matter from where you're coming, from which stream you're coming, from where, it's all going to be one at the end of the day. It's going to be a river flowing with all the people around you. So it's more happiness. Do you get more positive attitude, positive energy from people when you get connected? You get more people, you get more positivity.
So on which visa are you now?
Right now I'm on a business visa. Probably this year I'm planning to do my integration test. And then hopefully I get cleared. I don't know. I'm not sure when I'm going to do it, but
the integration test is in Dutch, huh?
Is in Dutch. You can probably find it. We are in safe hands. So far.
Thanks.
You're most welcome, Sebas.
It is clear that to integrate, you have to connect to your new environment, and especially the people in it. CJ and Nicolas managed to do so really well through their businesses. Food seems to be a great means to connect, but it's just one way of many.